I want to get to Anna's question here, and I want to kind of give it to a few different people. But Anna's coming from mobile, just starting on web, and it's actually, I mean, even just looking at the questions, I can tell, it's like, asking about day 30. I'm like, hey, you're
Mhm.
not going to be optimizing on day 30, I don't think necessarily. But John, you got a new game in development. You're developing web first. What are some of the early benchmarks you're looking at to help validate that concept? Session length, day one. I mean, she's asking about day 7, 14, 30. I don't know if you're really looking at those numbers so much, but how do you validate a concept early on?
Yeah, so it'll be about events. Yeah, how far players are getting in. That could be that could be part of it. How quick they get, how what percent of players go to gameplay start, which is
Mm,
what CrazyGames will track, and we'll track that ourselves kind of as well. And then something that we can benchmark against our against Smash Cards. So we'll have similar first time user session funnels, making sure that they get through all the steps at the same kind of rate.
yeah.
So yeah, we'll match it up. We'll use a bit of that. And then once you get past that, you're talking to you go back towards Discord on our side anyway. I'll start to communicate. I already am a lot with our group, a small set of them at the moment. And yeah, we've grown a very quite a sizable, like 150,000 Discord server now.
Mm,
So once we push it out to the full audience, there will be huge communication amongst us for the next few months, and
mm,
that will get a lot of strong feedback
mm,
there. Um, but yeah, like for me, the kind of yeah, like it's more of a, you have to go a bit more off of feelings like that. That you have an
mm.
idea of what will make this work. And for me, it's multiplayer, getting people to play in group, and that's all I'm working on with the community for the next few months before I we fully launch the game in August. That's the key component. For me as a
Yeah,
web game developer is making players, making it really fun to play as a group.
yeah.
So yeah, I'll be working on that. So that's the trickiest one. From our side, we've actually done surveys. So we did do a survey once, and I got like huge feedback. And one of them was like, "How long have you been playing Smash Cards?" And we had like a year plus,
Mm.
and like something like 20% of the respondents said a year plus players have been playing it for that long. And it was about 15,000 responses.
Wow,
So
amazing.
and that was within a few hours, and we broke our spreadsheet and we said, okay, we need to leave this off a bit quicker next time. Got a huge response, really good response, but just one of them was about that, like how long have you been playing it? Just because it is hard. It is
Yeah,
really hard. It's like who are the audience, and you have it in your head, and actually a survey was one of the ways that we found out, well, what do you like about the game and all that kind of stuff.
interesting.
So that's really one way back to old school, but that
Yeah.
was the way we did one part
But I
of that.
guess some of those core KPIs for people that are, rethinking how they go about measuring, initial prototypes or validating products. Certainly, yeah, the percent that actually click to play. So optimizing that as much as possible, which is really almost like, to just translate things to my more mobile focused brain, kind of a conversion rate on the store page in a way, right? Like they
Yeah.
get there. I mean, there's kind of they have to click to get there, and then they have to get there. That's a big
Yeah.
one. Once they're in, considering retention isn't what it is in mobile, it seems like it's really just about extending the session and then watching, how far in terms of like level completes do they get, are they engaging with ads, things like that. Making it through the meta progression, unlocking characters or, skins and that kind of stuff. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's sort of the sense that I'm getting. Everton, um, in your experience bringing Izyplay, which again was more cemented in mobile first, was fully monetized, very rewarded video
Mhm.
driven. Um, what did you see in terms of the change on engagement with those rewarded videos and as well the eCPM they produced? And what benchmarks would you recommend on the monetization side, right? Like, is there going to be a commensurate decrease in the overall engagement? Like what does that look like for
Mhm.
developers that are used to measuring things on mobile that are looking to measure that on web?
I think it was what our first challenge in 2021. We can adapt to better the experience on mobile that we already proven and profitable to something interesting and equivalent on web. But depends a lot from the platform. For example, we
Mm,
know a lot CrazyGames, and of course the RVs is the key for the revenue in there. The CPM is a extremely important KPI too.
mm,
Depends of the platform, depends how many and which one ad platforms the platform are using.
Right.
CrazyGames is Rafa can comment, but is a blend of more than one. Google is the majority in this kind of field, right? Have a lot of options on mobile, but on web is just a few. I think that this will change year over year,
Mm.
obviously. So depends on the platform, but in short, the RV centered is the best approach.
Hmm.
Interstitials is anyone like interstitial, but on web is a bit high this version of this kind of
I
because
bet.
we
Well,
can
because
use
they have so many
banner.
other games they can play, right? Like it's like the
Exactly,
second I see an
exactly.
ad, I'm like, boom, next game. Like, yeah.
The
Yeah.
tolerance is lower,
Yeah.
obviously. You can use the around the game space, right? So there is
Yeah.
no need to use interstitial at all. And the game economy in mobile is extremely similar to web. So, like I
Mm.
mentioned before, if I am a PC studio, I have a great challenge to adapt the game to web because
Mm.
more than web is free to play. That is the
Hmm.
huge jump. But for a mobile free to play, the traditional game, just focus on RVs and
Yeah.
you'll be okay.
So do you see similar levels of engagement with your rewarded video placements in Easa Mobile versus Easa Web?
Good point too. I can say we can see a similar behavior about that.
Mm.
The best approach, for example, the most popular RV on ISA is the money suitcase.
Hmm.
On mobile is the
Mm.
same in
Mm.
in web,
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
it's a equivalence.
Makes sense. Makes sense.